It's not been a good afternoon for him so far. Maybe this fourth frame, things will change.
Well, it's been a horror story, Darren, hasn't it? He certainly should have won at least one of these 3 frames. He's now in a situation where he's got to win the last 4. Well, this is a shot to nothing, because if he pots this, he'll go around the back of the black. He doesn't have to worry about where the cue ball is going to end up. It's bound to be on blue or bought colour. He's close to cueing very well, amazingly enough. There's been a lot of shots today that have really rattled in the jaws, and that gives you some sort of confidence, really, that you're very close to playing well. Now Tian, as we see this shot again. There's it jawing in the pocket as we go back to Tian, taking this long red on. Well done. After what's happened so far, that's a good pot, and I think the red at the back of the pack will pot, so it doesn't have to go into them. We'd obviously like to finish low on this next red so we can bring reds into play. And that's what he has done. I wonder if he'll get his hand out the way this time, because he might be playing a screw shot. I'd like to bet he will.
No.
Well, this time he just quit on that. Just didn't push the cue through. No pace in the cue ball. He really needed to push that right through them with loads of backspin to get out of that cluster.
Tian Penfei.
This will be one of them matches he'll look back on and he'll think his safety's been very good, which it has, but he's made the chances for himself and just not took them. He'll be very disappointed.
Well, if I hadn't looked at the stats and seen the players he's beaten over the last 3 or 4 seasons, you'd have to suggest he'd got a long way to go to compete at this level. But obviously it must be one of those days, bad days at the office where things are not working. We've all had them. Even the great Ronnie O'Sullivan and people like that have a bad day at the office sometimes and things don't go according to plan. Clever shot. I'm not too sure that the red pots into the green pocket, but we'll know in a second. No, he's touching ball, so it's a good shot from Mark. Obviously a slightly more aggressive safety shot from Mark Williams here. Trying to bring a few reds into play and playing this safety shot. Played it slightly thicker than he would do normally, knowing that he's got Tian Penfei in loads of trouble. So trying to force him into making another mistake, which could be his last.
Well, he struck that one very good. Anything wrong with the shot was the red didn't go in, but he's got second prize. But he did strike that very, very good. And that's a trademark Mark Williams shot. This is not easy. He's only got to make sure of the pot really on this black. He should land on one of the reds. Just skim off the cluster. There we have it. Very well played.
Yeah, luckily for him, one's been pushed out onto the middle. He was hoping to get one into the corner. If that red hadn't come away from the pack, it would have been, the next red would have been tough. But now he's got a chance to in-frame a match at this visit. And the horror story from Tian Penfei will continue, because he certainly had chances in the first three, had half a chance there in the fourth frame.
14.
A lot better player than we've seen today.
15.
For those who are watching Tian Penfei for the first time today, is that Mark Williams has had 9 centuries this season. Tian's had 8 this season, so that shows you he's a pretty good break, but he's already had 49 centuries, and at the moment he looks like he's going to struggle to make 50, but that's what happens sometimes. You can't always play at your best. Got to the last 16 of
30.
3 different tournaments. Really world rank 58, whether that's got something to do with it, the fact that he's possibly got a chance of not being on the tour, because of course 64 is the key number really, but there's 128 on the tour, but the 64 is the key number as far as the seedings are concerned. But this is Mark Williams at his best now, when he's in and around the black spot area.
38. $39. $44. 45.
No need to play a cannon, but he could well do. Yeah, no need, because of those 2 reds available, one into the left hand corner, one into the right hand corner, and taking this red to free 50. Another red. So after 51. A shaky start, really played well in the first frame, looked very shaky in frame 2. This has been a good performance from Mark Williams. He's going to be a handful whoever he plays.
58. 59.
Making sure of that red.
66.
So this is frame ball and match ball. Well played, Mark
67.
Williams. Been a good performance this, really. Apart from a little twitch up in the second frame, he's looked very good. His safety's good. His scoring when he gets in. Could he go on to win another Welsh
72.
Open title?
73. 80.
Yeah, so this has been very good from Mark. It's great to see him playing somewhere near his
81.
very best. Let's hope it continues. Not that I'm too biased, mind.
Yes, and what a treat we've got for you on BBC Wales
88.
this afternoon. Robertson coming up against Rory McLeod.
89.
And then the great Ronnie O'Sullivan's coming this evening at 7 o'clock. There won't be a spare seat in the house for that one. There won't be too many Barry Pinch's supporters, even though he may bring a couple of pals up from Ipswich, where he's from.
94. 96.
This is a chance of century number 310 in his career, and his 10th of this season. Didn't play that, but he'll be happy with a kiss. Very well played, Mark Williams. And this large crowd applaud another century from their hero.
108.
Now will we see an exhibition shot here? Well, the ping doesn't disappear, but a very good performance from Mark Williams. Tian Penfei has got to go back to the drawing board. He'd be very disappointed. But Mark Williams, the Welsh hero, goes storming through into the next round, a 4-0 winner.